This week on Cars and Things Restos, I've just popped around to see a mate, Darren Morgan Racing. Let's go in and meet him. Good morning guys, we're here at the Holden Bond Walk. Here he is. How are you, mate?
Good, Paul. How are you, buddy?
Good to see you. Thanks for coming and let me have a chat to you.
Easy.
You can see the people.
Welcome to the dust.
Well, we live in Mildura, mate. there's plenty of that. Yeah, so today we've dropped down to see Morgs. Let me give you a bit of background on Morg and myself. We met, many years ago. At trade school, wasn't it?
Yeah, when I was teaching.
Yeah, no.
Before then.
We did trade school together.
Yeah.
I was an 18-year-old kid, and you come and did mature on mature age.
Second apprenticeship.
Yeah, because you already did that fitter and turn one, didn't you?
Yeah. And mechanical.
And then you did the mechanical one. So yeah, you're a little bit older than I am.
Come on, mate.
Yeah. But I was an 18-year-old kid running around like a pork chop, and we had Morgs come in. You had the F100 with a really wild 351 in it.
Yeah, that's right.
And he wouldn't drive it, but I conned him in to let me drive it over the dyno one day, didn't we? I remember that. Did you remember that?
No, I don't.
A long time ago. Then you got me into drag racing too. I did 2 meetings with my Commodore, it was.
Okay.
And I won both of them, and I was that good I never went back after that. That was a good old days. That was back in the early 90s, would have been, wouldn't it?
Yep, for sure.
Yeah, so that's how I know Morgs and Morgan know each other. But Morgs has gone on to do some serious stuff, which you are now 4-time Australian top fuel dragster.
Champion match, we did that. It's a bit of fun.
How was that? I remember that first drag. Is that at Fish Street, near where our paddle shop is?
Yep.
You were running an Ultra.
Yeah, we ran an altered out there for a while.
Yeah, that was pretty wicked too. That had a big block in it, didn't it?
Yeah, because they didn't like it in the streetcars.
I remember that. That was a good idea. So you gone from that to, did you go straight into the rail or?
We played some with some other stuff. Earlier than that, we had an LJ with a nitrous small block. Just some toys.
So we just had a little break there. We forgot to put our mics on, so we'll get back into it.
We didn't forget, you forgot.
Yeah, I forgot. I forget a lot of things. Ask me, brother. So back to it. So you didn't get direct from the Ultra into the rail. You messed around with a few things.
Oh yeah, we had some plays, but mainly, yeah, that was probably the biggest leap.
Yeah. And that's when did you go? What year did you start doing that?
I know we ran 04, so a little bit before 04, we put Lamentina's deal together.
Oh, that's right, because you drove for them, didn't you?
Yeah, well, we put it together. It was here, based in this shed.
Yeah.
So we ran that for a while with those guys, and they went off on their own, and we went off and put another team together and played for, must be close to 20 years, I guess.
Yeah. And then you won 2011.
Oh, don't ask me the dates. I've got no idea.
I already looked it up. So 2011, 12 and 13, but which one was
the first one might have been with Lamentina's.
Oh, right. Yeah, it was, wasn't it? Yeah. So that was the 3 were consecutive.
Yep.
That's when you dominated. No one could get like a near you.
It was good.
Yeah. Well, you would have went on top of the world.
Well, from Mildura, we got told we'd never be successful being from a regional town. So
there'd be plenty of that stuff being said.
Oh,
now look how many drivers we've got and athletes with
from Mildura.
People.
Yeah, absolutely. It's killer. Love it.
And YouTube people.
That's it. It's all a bit of fun.
Yeah.
Yep.
No, you did it really well. So when did you finish? When did you retire?
I haven't said I've retired yet, but
I
probably should. Well, COVID sort of got in there. They changed the sport a little bit, which I didn't like. They knocked it back to 1,000 feet. I didn't like that. So I was sort of getting disgruntled with it.
Yeah.
So I didn't know where I was going with it. So over the last few years, 5 years actually, I've been at Australian Pioneer Pistachio Company, working there. It's been awesome. We made a whole bunch of changes and, way more production, and it's just been a whole bunch of fun down there. We're building a new plant at the moment, which is pretty intense.
Yeah.
That's for the phone calls while you're waiting.
So let me ask you this, because I do in my job now. Take some of your, structure from your race team. Have you taken that into your?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, we've it's just changed. We've changed that completely down there. So for the better, absolutely. Really good. Like no breakdowns, way more production. It's a whole bunch.
And I see that in any business, and even when I was a service manager, that how you do other things, you take into something else and make it much better. Where other people, they call themselves managers, they go in there and they don't really have that sort of.
The biggest thing I've realised is that I spent so long with my race team, the guys that come and go, but they've all got so much heart in what you're doing. So there's 12 guys, 15 guys, whatever it is, women, sorry, I shouldn't say guys, people, all heading in the same direction. Nobody's doing that sick day.
Yeah,
you know
that's right.
Nobody.
They want to be there.
Yeah, so to go to private industry, it's a big culture shock for me because, and I mean, looking down and looking up, management wise, it's just it's a different thing. So I struggle with that a little bit because at the Rural Water where I started, I was manager there as well. So I end up with a whole bunch of people around us heading in the right direction, and it was government, so it had some issues. But anyway, it's just a big change from where I've been for a long time. But the racing thing's still cool. Like we took a photo out there on the weekend, and my young bloke's
I'll just say that was at Supernats we had here at Mildura.
Yeah, so I just went out because my young bloke wanted to go out, and there's a bunch of his mates, and there's 4 cars lined up together. That's all his mates. So it's sort of good watching them, and it's cool to see that they're all, there's always a struggle. Anybody that can get a car to the track, like you hear all the people on the hill hanging shit on somebody racing, the effort it takes to win, lose or draw, to get that car on a trailer, whether it starts or not, is a power of work, a power of money, the effort, arguments, the whole thing to get it there. So to see those 4 guys smile and, it was a beautiful day. I'm not saying the race was anything, but it was a good day, and we got that facility in Mildura, which is really cool. So it was just good to see.
Yeah, no, it was a good weekend. It wasn't heaps of cars there, but it would have been cool to have a lot more. But,
oh, absolutely.
But it's not a Summernats. No.
What is?
yeah, true.
What is?
Summernats is just a party, big time.
It's crazy. Yeah.
All right. Well, that'll do about talking. Why don't we show the people some stuff?
Okay. All right. Well,
let's have a look.
This is the family toy, or me and my boy's toy, whatever you want to say. Will's toy.
This is the 55. You got some pictures of this on Facebook, I'm sure. The underside of it.
Will probably has.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it could be on our site. The kids do that as well.
Yeah.
Me and technology don't get along too well.
So we've got what do we got here? What do they call this bar?
Oh, we call it a wishbone.
A wishbone, and that
just the diff locator
allows the diff to move up and
down, but not sideways.
Yeah, it's virtually like a track. What do they call it? A panhard rod.
It's a track locator.
Yeah. Yep. So 9-inch in that. What gears are you running?
I think they're 9.5 inch actually.
Is it?
Yeah. Oh, I can't remember. They're race stuff. So
this stuff you had lying around, was it?
Oh, kind of. Yeah, mostly. It's 35 spline full floater.
Yeah.
So normally the rotor's away out here.
Oh yeah.
So we had to change it all to get it in
nice
and neat under the wheel.
Spun them around, have you?
So to get clearance up off the rails.
Yep. Otherwise, they would be smashing into that, wouldn't they?
Yeah, it just takes all your clearance away. So we just made lots of changes. Rory drew most of this up and done it. We've got a plasma cutter over there, so he laser cuts all this shit out. Yeah. CNC laser. So draws it all up and makes sure it's all going to work. And
made tank too, by the looks of it.
Yeah, because it's going to be E85, so it's got the fuel tanks in the pump.
Tanks in the
pumps in the tank.
Yep.
Yeah.
And who's the tigger?
Yeah, we don't know that. Just here.
You do it?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, you fucking teach me more.
So
I tried. I didn't. Look, I did it. But it's, I don't know with the settings. That's my drama.
Just patience.
Yeah. I can use the
Yeah, we
mirror.
do a lot of stainless work at work, and we used to build our own chassis work for the race car.
Yeah. Well, you would have had to, wouldn't you? Otherwise, you would have been paying fucking thousands. Do you want to get into that? What sort of money it takes to run a race to?
Oh, no.
Lots.
Everything. It's the same. Don't matter what class you're in. Everything you got and just a little bit more.
That's right.
No matter what level you're at.
And it consumes everything.
Well, it has to be. Well, you don't have to.
Well, it was your job, though, wasn't it?
Yeah. Well, no, it was our passion. We, as you said, we got told we'd never win and be successful and whatever, so we just had to do it to prove a point. So we just did that. The difference is with Top Fuel, if you haven't got the best parts, the best of everything, you'll lose. It's that simple.
Yeah.
But when you're building,
that's racing, isn't it?
But when you're building something like this, there's so many choices. Do you go small block, big block, LS, aluminium block?
What is in it?
At the moment, it's just a small block.
It's a little 350.
There's an engine in here that's going in it.
You better show us. Yeah. Better show us it. Because there's some nice engines in there. I've already seen them. And AEG was one of your major sponsors?
For a long time, for many years, Yep, which are good. So this engine in the centre, we're going to shrink it up a bit so it fits under the bonnet a bit better and maybe put one of Joe Blow's injectors on it. Me boys are a bit keen on that.
Yeah, well, a bit like what I got.
No, a low one. We don't want it out of the bonnet if we can avoid it. If it does.
Well, it's still going to.
Well,
you're going to put a hat, like a hat, injection hat on. There is a shorter one.
Yeah, 75mm one.
Yeah.
Young Wills.
But see, I've got the same sort of this manifold.
Yeah, we're not. We're going to have a short one, so it'll be way shorter.
Yeah, so there's but I'm thinking about doing this to mine, putting some rails on it.
Okay. What? Oh, sorry, because you've only got.
Because I've only got the injection in the top.
In the top. Yep.
I'm thinking about it. I don't know. We'll see how we go.
Yep.
See what we go. So what's this one here?
It's a customer's.
Oh, yeah.
So
you're still doing a bit of work for people?
A little bit. Yeah. And that one there's for our Camaro. So there's two of those. This one and this one will be going in a Camaro race car.
Yep. And look at the fucking size of that pulley.
Oh, it'll be different to that.
Eh? That's what do they call that? Overdriven, is it?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So what sort of PSI is this going to pump out?
That blower can make 62 pounds boost. That's our fuel car, one of the old ones off the dragster. So yeah, on it made 60 plus.
Fucking hell.
Yeah.
And
yeah, so 10.5 to 1.
Is it a big enough fuel pump?
Yeah, it's just back from America.
Okay.
Yeah, flowed. So there's 2 fuel pumps and 2 of everything.
So you run one distributor or 2?
Two. Well, we got both.
So you can, but can it?
We got stage 5 heads.
And that's because they run 2 plugs, don't they?
Yeah, 16 spark plugs.
Yeah.
2 plugs per cylinder. So these.
Oh, they go in. So you got one going through there.
No. It depends which rocker covers.
Oh, right.
I'll show you some other ones.
Yeah, because I've actually seen these.
So these heads here are dual plug.
Yeah.
So these are stage 5. So we've got a set of stage 5 single plug and a set of stage 5 dual plug. So we'll try both.
So the reason they have 2 plugs is it because there's so much fuel in there to burn?
That's on nitro.
Yep.
And because you end up with a bump on the piston, the flame's got to go up and around and over. So
yep, I see. And that's just to get your compression right. What compression do they run?
Well, a top fuel engine will run 6.5 rough numbers, and we're aiming to run this about 10.5 on alcohol.
Yep. Look at the size of that push rod. Oh, everything's just big, isn't it?
Yeah, but it's go fast shit.
It's got to stay together.
It's a billet block and billet heads. And,
Wicked stuff. All right. So we'll wander out and show them your other little toy out the back here it's leaving when on Saturday, is it?
Not sure. The end of this week, the 2-seater. Yep. Yep. We're trying to clean up so we can have a play with some other things. Do you want blower pulleys?
Oh, yeah.
So this cupboard's just for doing the superchargers.
Oh, yeah.
So you can.
And that goes into the trailer, goes to the track with you?
We never used to take it to the track because we had enough blowers.
Oh, right, yeah.
So we'd just rebuild them here. So it'd just be in here to rebuild them.
Yep.
The head cart would take to the tracks. mainly we had enough heads that we didn't have to rebuild them. Like if there were 7 pass, we'd have 7 pairs of heads.
Yeah.
But coming home and having 7 pairs of heads to rebuild's a bit daunting. So the boys can make a start on us.
Oh, yeah, fair enough. All right, so this is the dual car, 2-seater. That was originally your race car.
Yeah, we
rail.
chopped up one of the drag. I think it's 2012 winning car.
Was it
chopped up?
It was your third championship car.
I don't know. Ben would be able to tell you. I don't know which one's which.
Yeah.
This is one of the ones that won. That one's won. We sold one to Reeds that won stuff. So.
Now, I notice you don't paint the frame.
Oh, well, you got it inspected all the time. So you can't.
Oh, that's why.
Yeah, there's one up there we crashed. That's 08. I know that. I remember that. We crashed that one in 08.
I think it's on YouTube.
Actually, there's plenty of that.
I might put that up.
Let's take a look at that back at the December event in Western Sydney. A big wheel failure moment. Huge moment for the Rocket Industries Top Fuel car. Brand new package too.
He was out of the car and all safe. A little bit shaken up.
Yeah. So, and that's the spare chassis you were saying?
Yeah. So it's plumbed up, wired up, ready to run. So all we're going to do is drop the computer in it and the motor and diff and shit. So I might assemble this and sell it, actually.
There you go. If anybody wants a
anybody wants a cheap thrill.
Yeah. Or find out about going for a ride in this.
Yeah. Power Cruise events. Go to the Power Cruise events. That's where that is.
So check the fuel pump out on that.
It's an old one, tiny.
Yeah, but look at the size of it's got fucking exhaust pipe for the inlets.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the pumps are over 100 litre.
A second, is it?
100 litre a minute.
A minute. A second.
100 gallons, sorry.
100 gallons.
Yes.
That's a fair bit, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, it's ridiculous.
Yeah. So when I came in, Morgs was actually just doing a bit of maintenance on this. He was just letting us happen.
I was just making sure it was safe to put on a trailer. Yeah, making sure nothing fell out.
Yeah, fair enough. All right, then we'll wander down this way because the Camaro's down there. So back in the day, you would have just had what?
Only a dragster in here. Yep. So we'd have the spare and the race one right next to each other. So if we changed the good one, we'd change the spare one. So everything was exactly the same.
And these benches you would have had?
Not all this shit. There's still racks on here from the race. This is piston and rod racks.
Oh, okay.
Still sitting here. So that's actually nothing in here though. Just racks.
Just the racks, yeah. Here's a rings. So these are non-used rings by the looks of it.
Yeah, no, they're all new.
Yep. You used to just buy them in bulk.
You use them by bulk.
Yeah, well, you would. Every pass, you re-ring it.
Yeah, every lap. Yep. So there's pistons rods there. So you see they're flat.
Yeah.
Dead flat. So it's like a bit 6.5 to 1 alcohol piston. Nitro piston, sorry.
Yep.
And these are alcohol pistons, and see how they're raised.
Yep.
They're different, more common. So they're all for that.
This is for your Camaro that you built. The toy that you want to do.
So that's an alcohol rod. Should show you a nitro rod.
Yeah. Look at the size of that.
That's
and light. And
so that's a nitro rod. They're not that much different.
No. Fucking hell. So how much more horsepower does nitro make?
Oh, 3 times.
That much?
Yep.
So that's why it's like that.
Yep. And these are good for maybe 6 passes. The cranks are only good for 6 laps.
Yeah, so that's like a meat, isn't it?
Well, we don't run it like that. Some people run it like that.
Yeah.
But what we try to do is have the engines in the trailer, so there's at least 3 passes in them. So if you had a brand new engine with a fresh crank, you might take it out before eliminations and put in an older one. So you know you've got 3 laps on it. Because if you wear the crank out, they're $8,500. That's finished. So if you put one and it's still got 3 laps in it, you can have it ready for eliminations.
Okay. Yep.
You know what I mean? So if you've got one in the car, it only needs 2 laps in the spare engine because you only got to do 2 passes to go to the final. So that's the way we always shuffled stuff around, so you knew it was right to go. So if it's only got 1 lap left on the crank, you go out there and do not the final, just before the finals.
Yep.
Well, now you got to swap engines for the finals.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, you have
So
to.
and you want to eliminate as much work as you can before then.
Well, every pass we replace lifters, push rods, leads, rods, pistons, clutch, blower belt. Like there's enough to do without swapping engines out.
Yeah, fair enough. All right, there's a set of exhaust down there.
Lots of them.
Yeah, and here's the diff that you want to put in your Camaro.
Yep.
So this is a possible project.
Well,
you're toying with.
We've had this for 20 years, and Will wanted to put it together.
So Will's Morgs' son.
Yeah, and so did young Rory. They were real keen on putting this together. But things are out of hand a little bit. Like this is a real good car and double B gas national record back in the day. It's a steel body.
Yeah.
But we're
still, that means it could run in Street Outlaws.
Yeah, absolutely. But anyway, we might sell it and we might buy a carbon body car like a Murray Anderson car.
Okay.
Just because we don't know what we're doing. And as you can see,
you got bits and pieces.
Yeah, there's plenty of stuff to...
gearboxes and... Would you run these?
Yeah.
Yep. What do you call Linkos?
Yeah. So Will done the clutch in the fuel car, so he's pretty au fait with that stuff. People are using converters and all sorts of things, but...
Yep. Well, this is the clutch bench.
Well, it's a mess at the moment. There used to be, yeah.
So these are metals, I know they've got fibre on them.
Yeah, they're the discs. So the floater goes in between it. On the fuel car, you have multiple discs.
Yep.
So like a GT Falcon or something.
Yep.
So you have 3 of these and 5 discs. 4 of these and discs. Depends what clutch pack you're on.
Yep.
Yeah. So an alcohol thing will generally have 3 disc clutch. Early or low power nitro stuff might have 4 disc clutch. Faster 5 disc clutch. The real fast guys now are running 6 discs.
So the same as what you were doing.
Yeah, nothing's really changed. They might just have an extra disc in there. Yep. So we'll run a 3 disc clutch in this.
It would be good to see this on the track, but if you get something better,
well, not just better, it's safer.
Yeah,
because it'll go fast.
Yeah, because what'd you say? This is 20 years old.
Well, I'm not too worried about that, but the wheelbase, all the late model ones are narrower, so that diff will fit straight in.
Yep.
Where this, it's got to be widened to go in here, so it'll just bolt straight into the width to a late model or a later model pro mod car, if you want to say that.
Yep.
It's all carbon. The wheelbase is longer, so it's a bit safer to go fast in.
Yep.
It's got a full funny car cage, so it's a bit safer to see.
Yeah, I just noticed that.
It's got a half funny car.
Sort of hasn't got the driver protection, has it? Yeah. Oh, and that's the hauler.
Yeah, so I've got new struts and shockers and shit for that.
There. That's for this car.
Yeah.
But this is the hauler, and still got engines and plenty of shit.
Tons of shit in here still.
And blowers up there and intakes. So the car went upstairs?
Yeah, car went upstairs. So there's still 4 sets of rims upstairs, spare wings, spare parachutes still. Yes. So same as everything else. So the on race day, there'll be a flywheel on the car.
Yep.
And you have enough so you can put a fresh one on every lap. So the donut goes on every lap, so a fresh one ready every pass. But the intelligence, the hat, you'd keep the same one on it all weekend because it's too big of a change.
Okay.
The car reacts to it too much.
And you can change that, can't you?
Change anything on it. Yep.
Yeah.
Weights, bump stops.
And the weights is how it comes in.
No. The bearing goes in front of these, has a cannon, we call it. So it's like a hydraulic bearing that you can control, like taking your foot off the clutch.
Oh, I see.
But you can put weights on the fingers to make them lock, or you can actually, these bump stops, you can wind them in and take the fingers off. As the clutch wears, you can take them back on and off during the pass.
And then you can see when they take off, if they're too loose, there's this big cloud of black smoke.
They might need that. Like in Mildura, you'd probably see that.
Because they want it to slip so you don't get...
So it doesn't smoke the tyres.
Yeah. Or what do they call it? Rattle the tyres.
Oh, well, that's different again. Sometimes you've got to attack it. Yeah. So you might give it more.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's a lot of lingo in there.
Yeah. But we got too much shit.
There's a lot of shit in here. All for sale or what? Everything's for sale.
Everything for sale. All this nitro stuff, that should be. Yeah. It took a bit of convincing, but probably should be. So the ignitions were the same thing.
Yep.
If something went wrong with the ignition, just change everything.
Yep.
So we've got, one in the car, one in the spare car, and all these. So we can just put if anything went wrong with the ignition or you thought it was, just put another one on it.
Yep.
And the lead's the same. So
don't fuck around with it at the racetrack.
No,
just change it.
Yeah, that's what I do when you get back home. Fresh leads every pass, magnetos. So there'll be a set of mags in those. So same thing. Anything goes wrong, you just pull the mags out and put a fresh set on it. So we just send them to US like that to get checked.
Yeah. So a lot of to and fro and over there. Did you go over there?
Yeah,
You raced over there?
With Cowan, we raced over there.
Oh, right.
Yeah, I didn't drive over there.
No.
Yeah.
You just went over and helped out.
Yep. And Benny, our guy, used to go there fairly often with Torrances.
Yep.
Yeah. So that was all pretty good for us. You asked about fuel pumps. I'll just...
So,
not that one.
So this is the debrief room, is it?
Yeah. I don't know where it is. There's one of those boxes full of fuel pumps somewhere. I don't even know what's in that one. Probably more mags.
Camaro, is that what it says?
So this is... Oh, yeah, this is... I'll go in the Camaro. So somebody's already nominated them.
Kids, mate, eh? Yeah. So that's you bring the car in from that way, and you got your golf cart up there.
Yeah, spare rims and diff in that red box, and spare rear end.
Who built the trailer?
Who built it? This is a US trailer.
Oh, you pulled in.
Yep.
Didn't get. That would have been pretty fucking expensive too, then. There's a lot of money just sitting on this bench, mate.
A lot of money, yeah.
It's all going cheap, people, if you want it.
Yeah. Some heads up here.
There's they just put your pistons in. That's what
install the sleeves. Yeah. So racks used to go in here. I don't even know what's in here. Okay. More racks, more pistons and rods, new oil pans or sleeves, heads.
All heads ready to go.
Brand new.
Yeah. So everything's set up on them. Plugs in them, ready to go. You just bolt them straight on.
Yeah, that's right. So what happens is if you you come back in and you pull the plugs out and say it's hurt something inside or just burnt the plug, it tears the threads out of them. So we just leave them assembled. So when we get home, we can clean them up and not hurt everything.
Yeah.
So at the end, we wouldn't repair heads either. Like,
pull them out cold instead of hot.
Yeah, just look after them.
Yep.
So headers have got EGTs ready to run. They're being checked because they're only good for probably 6 or 8 passes.
Yeah, well, they just go to shit.
They just start cracking. See all these are marked up?
Yep.
It's starting to move around.
Okay.
So some of the reasons that run, because they'll be bolted to the heads ready to go. During eliminations, they'll be all assembled.
Yep.
So the boys don't have to do nothing. They'll have the brackets for the blower restraints, all this shit. So if anything's got any problems with it, it's all found beforehand.
Yeah.
So you don't rattle stuff off and do it all during the meeting. So the boys have everybody's got their own toolbox.
I see. Yep.
So they've got all their tools hanging out. And
they just put them in what they're going to need in these.
Yep. That's spec shit, actually.
Yeah. No, well, it has to be spot on, doesn't it? Otherwise,
only if you want to win.
You get left at the line, don't you? There's another one up there. What's that one?
That's the one. Sorry, that's not the body we crashed. That's the car we crashed.
That's
so
the chassis.
Yeah.
And
There's nothing in the front of it.
Oh, that's just the back car.
It just looks like it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you were...
Oh, there's those other rocket cars I was telling you about. So these will be dual plug.
Yep. Don't do an injury, mate.
I'll show you the difference. So they're still alcohol rocket covers. They'll fit. Oh, except it's got taped up.
Just turn it on. You should be able to see from this.
This one will have it.
No.
So you can run dual plugs in.
Yep.
So anyway, I don't know what's better. I haven't run dual plugs for a long time, but I see the latest stuff out of the US, some of the latest heads out from the US, and I've got dual plugs in them. So.
Yep. And plugs, do you use a special plug or?
Yeah, cold, like a 10 cold.
Yeah.
So the heads, we have the
Were you
heads.
sponsored by Champion or something?
We were at one stage, yeah.
Oh, that's all right.
Probably need to be. You put 16 in a pass.
I reckon.
So these are all numbered. So that's their index number. So our heads are all marked.
Oh,
So
yep.
number, whatever pair of heads, if you go to the book in there, there'll be a book in there and it'll tell you what cylinder has what plugs in it. So you only have to walk in here and grab these. These are all gapped, ready to go. So these are 4.5, so they just fit in and the 4.5 indexed hole. So every plug's indexed for every pass.
And if you can see,
so they project electrode, which is unusual for blowing engine.
if you can see that, you can see the electrode, which allows the spark to flare straight down instead of out and around. The strap is what they do, don't they?
Yeah, a lot of things out.
And nowadays they're starting to do away than putting another strap on the other side.
Yeah, they've tried all that with fuel. It doesn't work, just burns it off. There'll be some. No, there's none in there. There's one. Some of them. No.
Probably flung them all, mate.
Oh, it's hundreds of it. I was going to use them in concrete.
Yeah, that's okay.
See, and around the other side.
So if we go through this door, this is your workshop.
It's just a machine shop to keep it away from that.
What's this, a jig or something, is it?
Well, that's the jig for the fuel car, but it's got one of the kids' toys on it.
Oh, yep. So you can build a whole car on that jig. So you used to build your own, right?
Just the fronts mainly, because we only do 75 passes on a front.
Yep.
Yeah, so front and half, some. Yep. Yeah, so we can check it for straight and whether it's got the right bend in it, blah, blah, blah.
Yep. There's some fucking shit lying around, mate, haven't you?
Too much shit, yeah. I'm just looking for a plug that's been burnt, but I can't find one. They must have been too well tuned, mate. No. Good job,
okay.
Ben.
No, well, that's been good, mate. So anyway, so those sleeves in there, are they?
Oh, yeah. Probably should clean up, right?
Well, that's just work, isn't it?
Yep.
You got a boy.
Yeah.
Makes more of a mess.
He's off building houses. Yeah, he's building his own house. He's doing a really good job.
Is that a lathe there? Is it?
Yeah.
Look at the size of that. Still remember how to use it?
No, only just. But we mainly got it for doing diffs so we can run them between centres. At the raw water, we used to have real big ones so we could put the diff between centres.
Yeah, enough.
Because the floater's got to be perfect.
Beautiful. Alrighty. Well, I reckon it's been very interesting, mate. So, future plans?
Dunno.
Probably more boy racing. Let your boy race.
Yeah, I'm not racing. Yeah, I'm done. Yep, I've had enough fun.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it is good watching your boys succeed.
Yeah, absolutely. No, I love it. Yep. Them working together. We went to the Summer Nets this year.
I saw you there.
Yeah, with Rory and Will. It was good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's good that you
enjoy it
still.
So yeah, we'll put something together. We'll have his house finished this year, and we'll put something decent in this. So it's got to half decent engine in it. And,
to turn them fucking tyres to the size of them. What are they, 3 something?
325s or something.
Yeah. That's a fucking massive tyre.
No, it's not.
It isn't to you, it is to me. That is a sweet thing. We had that out at Supernats this week. You just cruised out in that, didn't you?
Yeah. That LS, when I was in his burnout car, made 900 foot-pounds, I think, or something.
Yeah.
Pretty decent. So it'll be good in that.
And just tame it down by just dropping it down.
What? No, more.
You'll drop the blower down.
Yeah, lower.
I mean, not tame the horsepower down.
Yeah, just fit it under the bonnet,
Yeah.
or get it closer.
There's a fair bit of room under them. Like Mick's Oldsmobile, he's got a 54 Olds we're playing with, and I know there's heaps of room. They were based off these, I'm pretty sure, the Olds.
No,
I think they are.
Yeah, we'll just get it down so it's reasonable.
Yeah, I still got to come out the bonnet.
Whatever it is.
Are you going? Have you entered some of that this year? Or not?
Yeah, he entered when we were there.
Oh, so you're in?
Yeah,
cool.
He's already entered.
Yeah.
So, some of his mates have tried to enter recently, and you can't get in. It's sold out. Apparently.
Yeah, we got 2 cars in, so we're in. So
right.
we're heading down there again this year. So next year, I should say. So that's where hopefully we're going to get a burnout car happening. So that's our goal this year.
Yeah, we've done that. Just over that a bit.
Yeah, no. Well, I don't think we can get into doing the burnouts, and mate Heathy, we'll see how we go. He's right into it.
Okay.
But at least we can do Skid Row and run amok.
Yeah, that's right. Well, that's why this has got all this shit in it. Because, all my life with the street cars, we're all nervous about breaking something in the back. We break that, we're in serious trouble.
I reckon.
Yeah.
No, we're looking forward to this year. I look forward to every year since I've started going.
Yep.
It's bloody addictive.
Well, we've been caged up for a long time because of we've been to the Summer Nats with the fuel car when we wrote that one off. Actually, we were supposed to take it there for who used to run it, who used to own it. Chick Henry. We told him that we'd bring it, and I wrote it off. So we took it there, all wrote off.
Oh, right.
Yeah, so he was happy with that because we're supposed to start it, and drive it around a bit, muck around, but didn't happen. Worse luck, and he's gone now. So anyway,
we did one exhibition here, didn't you? Out at the track out at Mildura.
We had it out there a couple of times from memory. When we first got going, I done the arse end of my licence out here, or the first part of my licence out here, and we took a car out because we had a gremlin with it, so took it out and mucked around.
But we needed Mildura, or the council get going, rip it up Deacon Avenue. That would have been fucking cool.
Yeah. Well,
imagine that.
When we're sponsored by McDonald's, they wanted us to do it on Deacon Avenue.
Yeah, that would have been fucking wicked.
Yeah, we did look at that a little bit, but it got too hard.
Yeah, councils, mate.
Oh, well, it is what it is. Yeah. It's all about safety and shit, so.
I'm sure we could have done something.
Yeah, absolutely. Anyway, we'll have some, at Camaro, whether it's this one or another one, they'll make plenty of power. We can do something with that.
Yeah, that's good.
Still got plenty of nitro shit left.
We've got plenty of everything left.
Yeah, so
there's plenty of stuff. Yeah. All right. Well, that's probably going to do it. I've annoyed Morgs long enough, I reckon.
Yeah, all right, mate.
I really appreciate you letting me come in and bust your balls and get some info. Now, that's probably going to it. Morgs is going to show me some more parts for ourselves now, I reckon. All right. Well, hope you've enjoyed this episode. Thanks for coming along. If you haven't subscribed, please jump on and subscribe, hit the bell, share it with your friends, and we'll see you next time. Cheers.